Pawnee, Oklahoma is a small town established in 1875. Its name originates from the Pawnee tribe who was forced to relocate to the area during this time. Today, Pawnee is home to about 2,200 residents who take great pride in the history and traditions their town possesses. Tom Briggs, mayor of Pawnee, has been living in the town for 21 years.
It's a community where you see a lot of different volunteers, and that's what makes a community successful is everybody shares in the workload, and that is one of the great things about Pawnee.
Apart from the hometown feel Pawnee has, the common thread that seems to keep residents living in the area are the historical traditions present. One of these specific and widely known historical traditions in Pawnee is the Pawnee Bill Ranch Museum.
It is one of the most visited sites in the state of Oklahoma.
The Pawnee Bill Ranch Museum fulfills three purposes that make it rather unique. It serves the role of not only a museum, but also a ranch and historical site that keeps the memory of the famous Pawnee Bill alive and well throughout the town.
And Pawnee Bill is an icon. He was a very strong businessman. He made movies. He had the Wild West show.
Pawnee Bill's ultimate goal was to preserve the Wild West culture he loved so much throughout the town of Pawnee, not only through his Wild West show and through the telling of his story, but also in forming Oklahoma into the national entity that it is today. About 50 to 60,000 Americans travel across the country each year to visit Pawnee Bill's ranch, making it a significant economic booster for the town.
It brings notoriety to Pawnee. It brings an advertisement for Pawnee.
Anna Davis, historical interpreter of the Pawnee Bill Ranch Museum, has been an employee at the site for decades.
So our mission here at the Pawnee Bill Ranch Museum is to preserve the history of Gordon W. Lilly, otherwise known as Pawnee Bill. This entire place is very unique as a museum because it's completely original. You walk into their house and it's their items. You see the buildings that they built while they lived here. We still retain 500 acres of the original 2,000 acre ranch. So the fact that a small town like Pawnee has a historic site like this in it really helps the town, and it tells a piece of their story that was important on an international scale. Pawnee Bill throughout his entire life was very proud to have lived in Oklahoma, even though he was not from Oklahoma. He was involved in like Oklahoma statehood, helping this town to be founded, the tribe, many different things throughout his life. The fact that his home now helps this town would have been a very big deal for him. A lot of our events that we do here in the town of Pawnee, outside of even the ranch itself, brings in lots of tourists.
I love it that we have so many different kinds of people here in town, and I worked 18 years for the Pawnee Nation, and they're wonderful people, and I just appreciate the people. I'm from Kentucky, but this is my home.
It's nearly impossible to separate the Pawnee Bill Ranch from the city of Pawnee. The two go hand in hand, working together to keep the historical traditions in the town thriving. Like any other city, Pawnee has had its share of economic peaks and falls, but the residents of Pawnee love their town. They love not only the people and the historical traditions, but also, and most importantly, they love the community. Those three elements are what keeps them there.
If I hit on hard times, I could find somebody that would help me out, and that's what happens in a community. You have that brotherhood and that sisterhood.